My peoples, my peoples, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. 3 days away. 3 days away, and we're getting the biggest fight in boxing. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Who else? Who else would it be? Um, things are getting heated, man. Things are getting heated. The narratives, the the arguing, the debating, the back and forth, the predictions. That's it, man. 3 more days, and we're gonna get this action. How how big is this fight? We was talking about it yesterday. This fight overshadows everything. We get to watch the biggest fight in boxing in 3 days. Whoa! Everybody at this point, listen. At this point, everyone has made their prediction. Everyone has said who they think is going to win the fight. Okay, that's it. Nobody's thinking about it anymore. Nobody, there's people that say, well, I'm not sure, I'm undecided. And that's reasonable. But most people are leaning one way or another. That's it. It's Thirsty Thursday, my people. And most people, who be tuning into this fight, most boxing fans already are leaning one way or another. I'm not hearing anybody at this point talking about, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know. And no. That's it. People chose. I gave people the opportunity to change their mind, and instead of, having those emotions that Canelo's gonna win, nah. Look at it, be honest, and accept that Crawford's gonna whoop him. That way, it's not gonna be painful when it actually happens. But it's only 3 days, my people. That's it. 3 more days, and we're getting the biggest fight in boxing, man. That's it. It ain't gonna be no more talking, no more. Oh, he's too little, and oh, he's too little. Y'all about to see in 3 days if it is so. Cause I've been telling you, look, it's like I'm living the same situation for a second time. People keep saying, no, but Canelo is not Errol Spence. Canelo's not Errol Spence. I'm not comparing Canelo and Errol. I'm simply comparing the narrative that surrounded Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. And what was it? Crawford is too small. Errol Spence is too big. Crawford is not going to be able to handle Errol's power. Imagine if little Gamboa wobbled Crawford. What is Errol Spence going to do to him? That was the whole narrative based on size. Who's bigger, who's stronger, and what Bud will not be able to handle because of what we've seen with other opponents. Well, that didn't work out well for Errol, did it? Got absolutely battered. So now, doesn't that narrative sound familiar? In fact, it's identical. It's identical. So again, I'm not comparing the two fighters. I'm not saying that Errol and Canelo's the same. All I'm saying is that Errol was supposed to knock Crawford out because he's bigger, stronger, and Crawford wasn't going to be able to handle the power. And imagine look what little Gamboa did to him. So imagine what Errol's going to do to him. Now, over 10 years after the Gamboa fight, I still hear people talking about, yo, Canelo, he's going to do him in because look at what Gamboa did. 10 years ago, 4 weight divisions down. It's goofy as hell to even bring that up, my peoples. It's goofy as hell. Damn, yo. And by the way, one like amongst all of us, one like, man. Y'all ducking that like button like Shakur Stevenson is being ducked by Tank Davis. Superman Smith, salute my brother. Bam, Brascara, greeting from the main streets of North Omaha, Nebraska. Ooh, hometown of Bud Crawford. Yeah, Superman. They're bugging, bro. Last night, these clowns were saying Bud was only getting 10 mils or so, one tick because ridiculous, and laughing at our brother. Come on, man. They don't have anything better to do with themselves. Al Booger, good morning, my brother. Salute, my G. Bam, appreciate you dropping in. Check this out, man. That's how you know when somebody's a hater. Like, you think about that. How many of us are millionaires? How many of us could say we have had $1, $2 million in a bank account? I know I haven't. So how can I try to talk down upon a guy that's making 10 million? And I don't even know if Crawford is making 10 million because I've seen different figures being floated around. So honestly, I think we don't know how much he's really gonna make. But I know that he's gonna make millions of dollars. I know that he's a millionaire. I know that he has a mansion, that he has a nice vehicle, that he has a nice life. Why the hell am I pocket watching him for? That's what I told you guys the other day. Social media has become this place where we're no longer fans of the fighter and what they're doing in the ring, and how they're accomplishing and the things that they're able to do. No, 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 no. Now we're also fans of this guy's making more money though, and this guy's doing pay-per-views, and this guy's putting butts in seats. Like, why are we a fan of that? Because I'm gonna tell you what, whether a fighter makes $10 million or $100 million, the bank account, their bank account is not gonna entertain me. They're not gonna, number one, they're not gonna send me a check. I'm not getting no type of commission. Why are we debating about who's making more millions when two guys are making millions? Two guys are wealthy. Two guys are taking care of their families. So if this guy's making 10 million and this guy's making 100, I don't give a damn. I see two men making millions of dollars. That's what I see. But you got the goofballs with the goofball narratives talking about he's making less money though, and he's not doing as many pay-per-views. Man, shut your goofy ass up. Superman, we remember that 50 or even more. Why are they hating? Just watch the fight. I was tight last night, fam. There's always been a narrative around Crawford. You don't remember before he fought Errol? Oh, he don't deserve to fight. Or he didn't fight nobody. Or he hasn't been on pay-per-views. Or he don't got no numbers. This guy's been hated on. Look, I'm going to put it to you like this. I've been following Terrence Crawford for a lot longer than most people. I bet you if you ask 10 people now, everybody will say, yeah, I've been following him from the beginning. I've been following him. Everybody will tell you that, but that's 100% cap. I was following Crawford when they televised this shit, not on ESPN, but like a sub ESPN affiliate. When he had the little short cornrows, the little short braids. Yo, he had cornrows that didn't even hang to the back. They was just standing up like this. And I knew that he was gonna be special. Since then, my people, since he was a nobody, I knew he was gonna be special. I even brought a couple of people to my house to watch him fight. I was like, yo, this guy's gonna be special. You gotta watch him. There's a few people today that hit me up. Like, damn, Jay, I can't believe you told me about Crawford all them years ago. Years ago when people wasn't watching him. And following him all this time, what I noticed, the real hate grew for Terrence Crawford when he joined the welterweight division and he started being pitted against Errol Spence, against the PBC. The whole side of the street narrative was created. So now that we're in different side of the streets, boom. Now we don't like Errol over here and we don't like Bud over there. And that hate for Terrence Crawford, it just kept growing from there. Because before that, before he had moved up to the welterweight division, it wasn't like that. As soon as he got there, the whole side of the street narrative and all that stuff came up. Sayo Bell, salute my brother. Bam! Appreciate you dropping in. JJ's in the house. Good morning, Jay Smith. Almost 4 in the morning in California time. Hit the like button, everyone, as you enter. Come on, my people. 4 likes, 20 of us in the building, and I'm giving you this straight up magma. But I digress. Terrence Crawford has been hated, my people. Think about how there's always been a narrative around his name. Watch this. When he first moved up to the welterweight division, that's when the hate started for him. Because before that, I'm telling you, it wasn't that narrative. But as soon as he got there, watch this. The whole side of the street thing started. We've never heard about sides of the street. Yes, companies, they have their own promotional thing going on, but the side of the street narrative that we're gonna freeze you out, that's when we first heard it. That's when we first heard, nah, we're not gonna make y'all money. We keeping all the money in house. We never heard that before. First time we ever heard it. So essentially, Terrence Crawford was frozen out of the welterweight division. While these guys all fought each other, the Keith Thurmans, the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcia, the Errol Spence, they was all mixing it with each other. They froze Crawford out. He couldn't fight any other champions. But eventually, Errol Spence ended up with all 3 titles, and Crawford had the one he needed to become undisputed. It was the inevitable. So throughout that time, there was people saying that Crawford was ducking Errol. We forget about those things. Remember when they said that he was ducking Arrow, that he didn't want to fight him? When he went to BOK, that look, to BOK Prime, that he's ducking because look, he went to fight over there, he went to fight that dude. And watch this, so that you can see the hate for Crawford. When he went and fought on BOK Prime, everybody was saying that he ducked, and that was the dumbest thing that he could ever do, that he don't know nothing about business. After winning on BOK Prime, he got a better deal, made more money against Errol Spence, fought him, and beat him. So his move to do that one fight in BOK Prime proved to be a great business decision, a savvy business move. He didn't get credit for it, but he did it. And again, it was a negative narrative that he was ducking Spence, and Spence gave him the opportunity, right? And what was the narrative around the rematch? Oh, he's not giving Spence an opportunity, and Spence gave it to him. What? It's Spence that pulled out of the rematch. They had a contract signed, and Spence pulled out of the rematch. Froze him out for a whole year, tied up into that contract. And right before the year ended, oh, no, we're not going to fight. Forget it, I changed my mind after freezing him out for a whole year. That's all strategies. That's what that looked like to me. But I digress. There was a negative narrative once again that Terrence Crawford is ducking when Errol Spence is the one who pulled out of the rematch. Enter him now moving up. Now the narrative about how he's too small, and the narrative about steroids, and the narrative about Victor Conti. You know how many years Victor Conti been out of jail? Victor Conti been out of jail for a long time, my peoples. When have you seen this type of focus on him? And this type of attention and suggesting that he's cheating and that he's, come on, let's be realistic. Side, they can't be butt in the ring, so they try to beat him out the ring. That's why we have all these narratives. It's been narrative after narrative after narrative. Look at the shoulder narrative. Oh, I'm gonna show ya so you can see how people try to create a narrative. You see the shoulder thing? that he supposedly had a shoulder injury that he was hiding. I already seen somebody post it like, nah, that's a loophole because with the shoulder injury, that he could get prescribed steroids and that he'll be able to do the steroids through that loophole. Look at the narrative once again. So that's what we see on Terrence Crawford. Like people keep trying to build these false narratives around him. And all the guy has done is win. How can you hate this guy so much? By the way, salute to everybody jumping in. Bam. Another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I'm giving y'all this healthy dosage of sweet science, man. We 3 days away from the biggest fight in boxing. Come on now. JJ's in the house. 21 people in here and only 5 likes. Don't duck that like button, my peoples. Brascarov. Bud did it his way. You know, he got Warren Buffett on speed dial. Bud money long. Come on, bro. Terrence Crawford's been very, very smart with his money. This is a guy who he doesn't drive a Lamborghini. He could own several Lamborghinis and several Ferraris if he wanted to. Doesn't drive supercars. Doesn't have a jewelry collection. Doesn't have all these things that he could have. Why? Because he's investing his money. He's putting it in the right places. He has the right team around him. Come on. Terrence Crawford could retire today and he'll never have to work a day in his life. And I'm gonna be arguing about how many millions he making or not in a fight. Man, shut your goofy ass up. Come on, man. Superman, exactly. He sure did. But let these clowns tell it. Then they wanna say he be out too long. Ernest Morales. Good morning, family. Ernest Morales in the building. Salute, my brother. Underrated Will. Good morning, Jay Smith. At the carryout, getting my egg sandwich. Ooh, breakfast on fleek. Actually, I think you're trying to copy me because you be seeing I be having that egg sandwich in the morning. But do your egg got avocado? Because I'm about to get this egg with the avocado. So I don't know, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Why the hate on Terrence Crawford? Explain it to me. I don't understand it. All this guy has done is win his whole career. Look at this. Look at another narrative. Another narrative that they love. You know, these are the in the closet haters. You know, I want Terrence Crawford to win, but I'm concerned that he's gonna be able to handle the power. Shut your goofy ass up, you too. Let me ask y'all a question. If Terrence Crawford been a professional fighter and has 41 professional fights, never been dropped, why would I be concerned about him handling I never seen him having a problem handling punches. Shit. Come on now. Namaski, Unc, how you doing? Salute, man. You know, we talking boxing, doing what we do. Boxing for breakfast, my peoples, this healthy dosage of sweet science. Yeah, help me understand why Terrence Crawford is so hated, my peoples. Why? And I told you, I've been following Bud for more time than most people have. And the hate for him started the moment he went to the welterweight division. He already had a little hate going on before that. But when he got to the welterweight division and it became apparent that him and Arrow was gonna have to see each other at some point, that's it. The narratives started right there. Before that, just like any fighter, Crawford had haters. Just like any fighter, every fighter has haters. If you have any kind of presence where people know you're a fighter, you're gonna have haters. But fake narratives, like people posting fake narratives, inventing stuff that never happened, making stuff up out of thin air to attack you. Nah, that started after he got to the welterweight division. That's it. Once he got there, oh man, Talk to me, my people. And then that hate after he pummeled Errol, it's like that shit multiplied times 10. Errol Spence fans became Canelo fans. And they used to hate Canelo. They used to hate Canelo. Imagine that the hate for Terrence Crawford is so strong that it made people become Canelo fans. I had people that I used to argue with about Canelo that used to be dissing him. He ain't beat nobody. He be washed up people. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. He ain't cherry picker. Attacking Canelo for years. But now, the same person's like, nah, yo, Canelo, he gonna beat Crawford. He's too strong. He's too big. He's too skilled. What the fuck just happened? How you go from being, a high job and exaggerated and a cherry picker to now you're gonna whoop Crawford and you mad skilled? What's going on? Brascarov, I witnessed in Dongo at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. I was all in after that. The way Terrence Crawford landed that body punch on Ndongo, boom, that folded him. Come on, like a lawn chair. Namaski, you the GOAT. Wish you all the success. Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate it. We grinding. We working hard. And I got some projects. We working on some things for you guys, I promise you. Something real special. Shout out to Mouse Bailey. Bam. Shout out to Taiwan. Pound. We cooking something up for y'all, man. Something special coming for you guys, I promise. We're gonna break the internet. JJ's in the house. Jay Smith getting ready to go to the airport to the Southern California for my birthday weekend. I'm ready for the fights. Woo! My brother, you already know we about to enjoy history, and I'm gonna tell you what, JJ. I know that you're gonna enjoy it because you enjoy boxing. We not pocket watching over here. We not hating over here. We don't got time for that, man. We don't got time for the corniness, the goofiness, or none of that. We about to witness history, ladies and gentlemen. History. Just take into consideration how many accomplishments are there between these two fighters. The last time that we had two fighters that accomplished, there had to be Manny versus Floyd. When's the last? Look, Bud and Canelo, both been number one at the pound for pound list. Both been undisputed. Both are reigning champions in their respective division. We're getting a legitimate mega super fight. 3 days away. 3 days away. And you still got time to change your mind. You still got time to change your mind. If you don't change your mind, see me on September 14th and get cooked. That's all I'm telling you, my people. Superman. It was over after the body shot, bro. He got folded. The way Ndango got hit, cooked. Ndango goes down from the devastating blow. Antonio Mice. It's crazy. All the things that are being said about Crawford landing into this fight with Canelo. Crawford about to prove the haters wrong. Look, when I first said that Crawford should challenge Canelo, you should have seen that video, the comments. You don't know shit about boxing. This fight could never happen. Crawford doesn't deserve an opportunity. Crawford hasn't beat anybody. King Canelo's never gonna give him a shot. The guy that so many people have counted out, that so many people have hated on, is now one half of the biggest fight in boxing. That's part of why people mad at Terrence Crawford. That's part of why. They didn't want to see him there. Yeah, here he is. Here he is. Underrated Will. Canelo in 5. I'll be here. I'm looking forward to. Don't be ducking the smoke. Everybody You all know September 14th, Boxing for Breakfast is going to kick off at 8 in the morning. 8 in the morning, 1 hour later. Because I know from the devastation, some of you going to need a few more hours of sleep. Some of you going to need a few more hours of sleep. Therefore, that episode of Boxing for Breakfast will kick off at 8 in the morning. Join that one, my peoples, because it's going to be a cooking show. Okay, some people out here is gonna get cooked. You're gonna get fried. You're gonna get filleted. You're gonna get microwaved. It's gonna be a cooking show. Trust me on that. Juan Ocasio, salute my brother. Bam, Namaski. I think Ginger Boy gets it done with a vicious left hook. Look, I don't knock you for that. Okay, Namaski, I don't knock you for that. And I'm gonna say why I don't knock you for that. People get it twisted. Let's not confuse the trash talking when we having fun with it. And I tell you, he gonna pummel him. He gonna beat the crap out of him. Hold on. Let's not confuse the trash talking with the real deal Holyfield, right? So when I'm giving you the real deal, I'm telling you, Canelo Alvarez is an all-time great fighter. Pound for pound. Undisputed. Probably will go down as the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. Just like that. And he's right now, even if he don't even fight Terrence Crawford, he's already an all-time great. So if you think that he's gonna catch you with that left hook and stop him, we've seen him do it before. That's reasonable. That's reasonable to think hey, he's gonna catch him with it. Now I'm gonna tell you why I don't think that's gonna happen. If you watch Canelo versus Dimitri Bivol, Canelo didn't land that many good, clean left hooks to the body like he normally does. Because we all know he's going to break you down with that left hook to the body. Eventually, he's going to make you bring that hand down. Boop, now you're in trouble. You're going to get clipped. He didn't have that type of success versus Dimitri Bivol. Why? Because of the distance. Bivol was able to use that jab successfully, that stick, keep it in his face. Bang, bang, bang. He had to work to get on the inside. And then on his way in, bang, bang, Bebo was letting the hands fly consistently. Canelo tasted every molecule, every vitamin and mineral in Dimitri Bivol leather. He's putting hands on him. And I watched a lot of y'all watch that fight one time. A lot of people watch Canelo versus Dimitri Bivol one time. Don't cap. Let's keep it real. You may have seen the highlights, but the actual whole fight, a lot of people saw it one time. If you watch it again, you're gonna know and you're gonna understand that the whole narrative that Dimitri Bivol was too big is a false narrative, which I debunked easily. Why? At no point in time in that fight did you see Bivol putting his weight on Canelo. You didn't see him clinching him and pushing him down and bullying him. He never hurt him at any point in time of the fight. So power was never a factor in this fight. It never was. Dimitri Bivol simply put on a masterclass. He outboxed him, used the tools and resources, used the physical assets. That height, that reach, Canelo just couldn't get past it without eating sweet leather. So now, because of that, it was hard for him to land those body punches. Because where you gotta be at to land those trademark Canelo left hooks to the body, you gotta be on the inside. Bang! Bang! To really dig in. You can't do that from out here when you're trying to duck punches, slip punches. And you can't throw a left hook like that from far. A left hook to the body is not a long range shot. You gotta be on the inside to do it. And I tell you what, if you watch Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol, if you watch the whole fight, you won't find 5 times, five, where Canelo lands a clean left hook to the body. Five. I promise you. Why? Because he could not close the gap. He could not close the distance. So therefore, Dimitri Bivol kept him at that range. He couldn't operate and do what he normally does. So we're thinking, well, he's gonna break Crawford down. He gonna catch him with those big shots. But why are we disregarding that Terence Crawford has a longer reach advantage than Dimitri Bivol? By the way, my peoples, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. Man, I'm giving you guys this healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. For those of you eating breakfast, enjoy it. I'm about to have my breakfast as well. If you're on your way to work, y'all already know what it is. Enjoy your day. My peoples, it's Thursday. But I think it's fair to say that today is Thirsty Thursday. It gotta be Thirsty Thursday because it's only 3 days to go. The biggest fight in boxing. I don't got time for the haters, my peoples. I don't got time for the fake narratives. The fake narrative pushers. I don't even got time for that. I want to enjoy greatness. There's gonna be two great fighters stepping in the ring. Two very accomplished fighters sharing the ring. And trust me, when I tell you this is not cap, September 13th is going to feel like July 4th. Boom! All over the place. Ernest Morales. By the looks of the judging, I'm seeing MD or SD for Crawford or for a rematch, a draw. So the thing is, there seems to be a rematch clause. Because of that, I believe that either way, we're gonna see a second fight unless somebody get pummeled. And I don't think Canelo's just gonna get pummeled like that. I think he's gonna be a competitive fight. Juan Ocasio, Bivol and Bud don't fight the same though. They don't. It's not about them fighting the same. It's about the tools and resources that have given Canelo problems. Bud has them. Bud is a fighter who does know how to use his reach, who does know how to use his footwork. Adam, the fight's actually more like 2 days away. It's Thursday. The fight Saturday. Well, look, Thursday, Friday. Holy shit, it's 2 days away. It's only 2 days away, my people. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I don't even know why. I've been feeling nervous, like I'm gonna be getting punched in the face on Saturday. I'm almost not ready for this fight. It's like I wish, damn, I wish they could push it another week so I could, be more ready for this. We about to win this history, man. Look, with this type of showdown, my people, you gotta enjoy every moment, savor every moment, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get this all the time. When this is all done and over with, people gonna talk about this fight for a long time, bro. They gonna talk about this. You see how they still talk about Ali and Big George Foreman, Ali and Frazier. You see how they still talk about Manny and Floyd. That's gonna be spoken about. De La Hoya and Trinidad. There's fights that people will always talk about. This is one of those. This is one of those historic events. So when you look back at this fight 10 years from now, 20 years from now, do you want to say, yo, man, that fight, I enjoyed that history? Or do you want to say, yeah, I was one of the goofballs that spent the whole time trying to hate on a fighter? I spent the whole time. You're not going to tell that part of the story, right? Yeah, yeah, I spent the whole time trying to discredit the guy who won. That was me. Come on, my people. Eugene Pearson. I heard Canelo's going to come and 200 on 200 plus on fight night. What are your thoughts on that? Honestly, I don't believe that Canelo will show up at 200 pounds. I honestly don't believe it because he knows that Terence Crawford is going to be the faster guy. He knows that Bud is going to be the guy with the better footwork in the ring. And I don't think he's going to put himself in a weight where he doesn't fight and he's going to slow himself down. I don't think he's going to do that. So honestly, I don't believe it. I think he will be at a disadvantage doing something like that. MVP 2024 and Canelo making history. We shall see. We shall see. But I need you, MVP 2024, to be here on September 14th. I don't want to hear that your internet went down, your dog ate your charger, you went to cop some trees and they gave you some trash and you had to go to return it to get the gas. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to see you here on the 14th. That's all I'm saying. Adam, go Bud. You can do it. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's going to. Superman. Yes, Jay Smith will be just like I was so tight when those clowns were talking bad about our brother last night. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like I told you, the hate that Terrence Crawford gets is crazy. Crazy. Wicked, wicked stuff. Brian Romero, brother, I feel just like you, nervous about this fight. And I don't feel nervous about the outcome. It's just that energy. I'm telling you, if it was up to me, they would have pushed it another week and it would have been next Saturday. Hold on, hold on. You know, can we push it a little bit more? Let me get prepared for this. Shit. Yo, I don't want to hear it. JJ's in there, has dog ate your phone. I don't want to hear the dog ate your phone charger, your phone fell in the toilet. Nah, no, 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 no. They got water damage. No, 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 no. I want to hear none of that. Oh, you was drinking and you got drunk and you know you didn't remember to go on the live because you was hungover. I don't want to hear none of that. September 14th, I need y'all to be here for this cooking show. Some people telling me, yo, Jay, if Crawford lose, are you gonna still do the live on the 14th? Well, if he lose, I'm gonna do the live and then y'all gonna cook me. It's gonna be a cooking show regardless. Somebody getting cooked on the 14th. And by the way, salute to everybody who subscribed to the channel. Salute to everybody who's been showing love. I always got to give you guys this credit. You know, right now we're at 1,960 something. So we're close to reaching 2,000 subscribers, my people. The Box Center family keeps growing every day. Like I said earlier, man, I'm cooking up something real special for you guys, man. I'm about to break the internet. Shout out to Miles. Yeah. Shout out to Taiwan. Yeah, we doing some big things. I promise you guys. But right now, Box Center is. Let me give you the exact number. Right now, we're at 1,969 subscribers. So we're getting close to 2,000. We might actually hit 2,000 during Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez because I'm gonna be live during that fight. We might hit the 2,000 the next day. But I appreciate every one of you guys who keep tuning in, who keep showing love, who keep supporting Box Center. I promise you, I'm not gonna let you guys down. We're not spreading the fake narratives. In fact, we here to offset the bullshit. All the fake shit that they telling you over there, I'm over here telling you that shit is cap. That's what we about, my people. Let's get it. Again, we're about to witness major, major, major history. Do not spend your time on goofballery when you can enjoy the show. Enjoy enjoy what we about to witness. Don't look back like, yeah, I was one of the people that was just hating the whole time. Come on, man. Eugene Pearson. So if Canelo comes in 200 plus, you think that's going to be his detriment? Very interesting. I do got Butt winning just because I think he's smarter and he's pretty sinister. So honestly, I don't believe that Canelo will show up at 200 plus. I just can't believe it. Honestly, can't. And I'm gonna tell you what's the reason why I cannot believe it. I'm gonna tell you why. Canelo Alvarez, we already know that he's a great fighter. We already know everything that he's accomplished in the sport of boxing, right? And in that division, he's never showed up to a fight weighing 200 plus pounds. For him to do something out of character for Terrence Crawford would be worrisome. Say, wait a minute, you never done that. Why would you do something that you've never done? So I think great fighters, if you look at what they've done, they usually stick to that recipe. This is what works for me. So if Canelo has always showed up to his fights, when he's fighting at 168, he's shown up to those fights. in the low to mid 180s. I would expect him to do exactly that. To me, to him to showing up 200 plus pounds, that sounds crazy. That don't even make no sense. JJ Tenaz, Chef J Smith cooking show. September 14th is gonna be a cooking show, bro. I got my apron ready to go. Low key, Canelo's head movement is too elite. Crawford is not gonna be able to touch him with any power shots. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're focusing more on the old Canelo than the most recent version. Because if you take a look at his last 4 or 5 fights, that face been getting touched. Every opponent he's faced touched that face up. So he could still do it once in a while, but Canelo, you see him doing a lot more of these where he rolling with the punches that's catching him than actually slipping. Ernest Morales. History has proven that Canelo gets the benefit of Vegas decisions. We'll see. He didn't get the benefit of that decision versus Floyd. That was in Vegas. But he got his ass whooped. He got dominated. So you see, it's not even about the name or the decision. I'm talking about there's fights that you get beat a certain way that you just can't get the decision. The judges can't help you. GN, Netflix. You want to time it is? MVP 2024. Overhyped. I'm telling you, Canelo different breed. No, Canelo is a different breed. Canelo, that's why I say, man, Canelo is a fighter who has all of the accomplishments to back up that he's an all-time great, to back that statement up. Both of them. Both of these fighters are great fighters. That's what we actually have. We have two great fighters still performing at an elite level, facing each other. This is amazing. Juan Ocasio, 200, man. Canelo not doing that. Nah, 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 nah. I just don't see it. Hell no. Not to, from one day to the next to fight at 168. I don't see it. Yeah, and Canelo will wait around 180 that night. Yeah, I think he'll wait in the low to mid 180s. And Crawford too. I think they're gonna wait right around the same. Side, I feel Canelo will come in lighter to try and push in the later rounds. I feel the same way. I think that, in fact, I seen a video where he seemed to be working on his footwork. So I think it is gonna play out, in those mid rounds, more of a chess match, where they're going back and forth, where they're countering each other, where they doing certain things, and then Canelo's gonna try to make a run in the later rounds. Crawford is gonna make his run as well, and Crawford is gonna have the better run. Simple as that. GN, but never get beat down. Canelo got an elite chin. Hold on, GN. Let me just point something out. People think that Canelo can't be stopped, or Canelo can't be hurt, or Canelo can't be knocked out. And the reference is, oh, look at Triple G, though. He fought Triple G, and Triple G couldn't do it, so Crawford can't do it. I'm going to tell you why that train of thought is erroneous, and why that is not correct. A great chin can only really help you with a shot you see coming. Canelo Alvarez has elite ring awareness. And that's why you see him so often get hit with a punch and roll with it. It goes like that. That's why we've seen Canelo get hit, and when it happens, we're like, oh, he caught him. But then we watch the replay, he barely got grazed because he rolled with it. Very good at that. But because of that, in combination with the fact that he does have a great chin and he has a very strong neck, that's why he's hard to knock out. If he see that punch coming, boom, with that strong neck and that chin, he can take it. But I need y'all to understand, if you get hit with a punch you don't see coming, it don't matter how strong your chin is. Remember the first time Terence Crawford dropped Canelo Alvarez? I mean, when Terrence Crawford dropped Errol Spence, y'all remember the first knockdown? It was that counter uppercut. Crawford was backing away into the corner. Errol Spence came with an overhand looping left, and Crawford caught him. Boom! With the uppercut, real short. Dropped him. Errol never saw it coming. Let me give you another one. Leo Santa Cruz, when he went to sleep to Tank Davis. He didn't see that punch coming. He was punching Tank, and the uppercut came. Boom! Goes to sleep. Now, I'm not comparing Canelo to any of those guys before anybody tries to say Canelo's not any of them. But what I am telling you, and if there's a fighter in this chat, if there's a coach or trainer in this chat, they can vouch for me. If you don't see that punch coming and they put your head on a swivel, boom, your ass is cooked. You done. That's it. So, for example, if Canelo overcommits to a right hand and Crawford is able to slip and catch him with a shot while he's out there, boom! Trust me, Canelo can go to sleep or he can be hurt badly and stop shortly after. Don't get it twisted. And when he tastes Crawford's power that people seem to think is non-existent, he's going to be more hesitant to get on the inside than people think. Eugene Pearson, that's a fact. If you're not bracing, that goes for any man. You will get hurt. People don't understand that. Your ass is cooked. Why you think people get knocked out when they get sucker punched all the time? Boom, sucker punch, go to sleep. Because you wasn't waiting for it. So that punch put your head on a swivel. And you know what else happens? When they hit somebody with a shot they don't see coming, and it goes like that, my people, your brain inside your head literally moves. That's why you see people wobble, they're dizzy. That punch you don't see coming, that can catch anybody and cut their lights out, including Canelo Alvarez. So those fighters that you see that never been dropped, they have certain things in common. Watch this. Look at Triple G. Look at Triple G's neck and look at Canelo's neck. So they got a strong neck and they got a strong chin, so they could take a shot. So when they get hit with a hard shot, boom, they take it. Not usually, always they take it. They waiting for it. They expecting it. Boom, okay, you got me. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get you. And they're good at that. I'm gonna give you another example. Y'all remember when Amir Khan got knocked out by Canelo Alvarez? I remember that knockout. That's one of the most brutal knockouts in Canelo's career. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this: 100 people get hit with that same shot. 100 people going to sleep exactly like Amir Khan. So, for that fight, does Amir Khan really have a glass jaw, or he just got caught with a monster shot that would have slept anybody that ate that same shot? Think about that. Jason Williams, what do you think about the rumors of Bud having a shoulder injury? That's cap. That's cap. Another one of the fake rumors put on Crawford. The usual fake stuff. My people, salute to everybody dropping in. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Let me tell you guys about that shoulder, man. Let me tell you guys about that shoulder. Another fake narrative, bro. Another one. There it goes. Where did that come from? Oh, a source. A source said, we don't know who that source is. And I've come to realize that a lot of these people, a source is the shit that they make up out of thin air so the news could go viral. That's their source. There ain't no source. Terrence Crawford told us himself, ain't nothing wrong with my shoulder. I'm good. We hearing it from the horse's mouth. I'm good. And yet there's people out there saying, nah, nah, it's the shoulder. Something is wrong with the shoulder. Because a source that you don't know who it is put that out there. At some point you have to understand, 9 times out of 10, ain't no source. That shit was just some made up stuff to push a narrative. Especially with Crawford, which his career has been a narrative after narrative after narrative. The moment Crawford moved up to the welterweight division, the same group of people have always had a narrative on him. Nasty work, wicked stuff, my peoples. Eugene Pearson, that's a fact. If you're not bracing, yup, like I said, man, if you get hit with a shot and you're not expecting it, you get hit with that punch you don't see coming, it doesn't matter how strong you are, how good of a chin you have, how strong of a neck you have, you're going to be counting sheep. You're going to be counting sheep. Side, the temple and behind the ear shots knock off the equilibrium too. Bro, listen, when I was an amateur boxer, I never got dropped. But I got hit with a shot right there, right below my ear. And the thing is, I got hit with that shot and I didn't see it coming. Because I went up close, and this kid that I was sparring with, he was a two-time gold medalist in the Golden Gloves, back to back. I went in on him to close the gap, and I try to counter, right? He hit me down low, bang, with a nice shot. He caught me with a good one. But when he caught me with that one, I tried to counter. But he was a lot faster than me. So as I was trying to counter, boom! I just felt this hit me right there, man. I felt electricity in both of my knees, in both of my shoulders, in my elbows. Electricity is the way that I could describe it. I didn't see the punch. I just felt it hit me right there. Boom! And everything at once. And the coach had to stop it. The coach had to stop it for a few seconds. We kept it going, and he took it easy after that. But I know what it is to get hit with that shot right there. He sent me almost into shock with that punch. JJ Sender has 34 likes and only 34 peoples and only 19 likes. Oh, we are 23. Okay, I'm taking a million years to read these comments, man. I got to get with the program. Michael Blaine, Manny Pacquiao. Hopefully Crawford can do it. Manny Pacquiao. I mean, come on, Manny Pacquiao. He's old. He's an older guy and whatnot. Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. They're only 2 years apart. It's going down. Side. All Canelo gonna see if he ain't careful. Fire. He's gonna get hands put on him, my people. Imada 210. Good morning, Jay Smith. I heard Lamont versus Pitbull is confirmed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lamont Roach versus Pitbull. I'm interested. It's not what I was looking for, because y'all know I wanted to see Lamont versus the fighter who ducked him. But Tank Davis had got other things in mind. Duck moves, duck tails, hugs Baffleworth. Not necessary. Some people have a thicker blood-brain barrier and are substantially harder to knock out. No, that is not correct. That is not correct. Once you go like this, whoop, it doesn't matter what you got, because the point is that nothing is holding your brain from not moving. Nothing is stopping. Once your head go like that on that swivel, your brain is gonna move no matter what you got in your brain, brother. That shit gonna go like that. Whoop, and now you're gonna get wobbly and you cooked. You cooked. Jason Williams. Tank is extremely disappointing. Damn, bro. This look, you know what's the funniest thing about the whole Tank Davis situation? That we've been hearing people say Tank Davis makes the most money, he does the most pay-per-view, he gets the most bags, and now all of a sudden, oh, he needs Jake Paul to get a bag. To get a bag. He needs the bag though. I would do it too. Wait a minute, y'all been telling me that he been making all of these millions and millions and millions of dollars for the last 5, 6, 7 years. but now he need a bag. Ooh, Claymore Rain is in the building. Claymore Rain, my brother, salute. Man, what you got for me? Good morning, my guy Jay Smith. I'm all in. Let's see if Roach can cement his spot. It's a legitimate 135, 140 pounder. Look, man, Lamont Roach made me a believer, and based off of that performance that he put together against Tank Davis, I could see that it's not just that he's good. As far as his skills, I feel like his mental game is also at that level. You remember how he would trash talk Tank Davis on the inside? You remember how he would smile in his face? How Tank Davis on the inside would shoulder him, he would punch him in the face, mush him. It's like, nah, you ain't gonna bully me. I'm the bully in this ring, my nigga. So I felt like Lamont Roach has a mental game that is incredible, which is something that we really don't usually talk about, anyways. But I think he has that. I feel like he has that. Pitbull Cruz, he's not gonna be no match for him, bro. Pitbull Cruz, I respect for him. I got a lot of respect for Pitbull, but I think that we know he has one gear. He's gonna go forward, throw a lot of punches. Go forward, Pitbull's gonna do what he does. Hold on, my peoples. Yo, this is boxing for breakfast. If you having breakfast, enjoy it. I'm about to enjoy mine. Hold on. So I got my peoples a lot of respect for Pitbull Cruz. Check this out. What you know about the boiled egg avocado? I got a lot of respect for Pitbull Cruz. But Lamar Roach, man, he on another level. He on another level. We have to accept that. What we saw versus Tank Davis, it's not just the physical assets that I saw in Lamar Roach. I saw the mental game. I saw how when Tank tried to rough him up, he roughed him up back. Oh, you're gonna put your shoulder in my face? Take this little fist to the back of your head, son. Hold that down. So he was not out there, like, oh, you the guy, you the man, you. Nah, I'm gonna rough you up too, son. This could be your event. This could be a TGD promotion. You getting roughed up out here. This my night. That's the approach that Lamar Roach took that night. Claymore Rain, yes, you're right. He showed us the psychology of this sport makes the biggest difference. Pitbull style offers Roach an opportunity to showcase his pedigree 100%. Roach is going to show us this was not a fluke. It's not like he got lucky against Tank Davis, because I keep trying to remind people this fight didn't go the distance because Lamar Roach survived. At no point in time was Tank Davis the aggressor, where Lamar Roach is moving the footwork, using the footwork, moving around, and Tank is chasing him around. That never happened in 12 rounds of action. Ever. Could you imagine that? A guy standing toe to toe with Tank Davis or walking him down, and Tank Davis not able to land that big shot? My peoples, again, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I appreciate everybody tuning in. You guys make this show what it is. And again, I promise you, man, I'm cooking something real big. I'm about to break the internet, my peoples. By the way, Claymore Rain, I gotta holler at you offline, my guy. Gotta talk to you about something. Um, my people's 2 days away, man. 2 days away. Look, man, I don't know if I know this is gonna sound goofy as hell. I wish we could push this fight another week so I could have more time to get ready, to get psychologically ready for this or what we about to witness, me. Like, damn, it's 2 weeks away. I'm almost type shook. But it's going down, bro. It's really going down. Just business. Canelo. Canelo in 8. Tank over with. Hmm. I'm gonna say this. Canelo Alvarez, don't think that losing to Terence Crawford is going to take away his popularity. That's not going to happen. He's going to lose, He's still gonna be the face of boxing. For those who think I'm a Canelo hater, or if you're a Canelo hater, he's still gonna be the face of boxing after losing to Terrence Crawford. Don't think that he's just gonna disappear. Did he disappear after losing to Bivol convincingly? No. He's still gonna be that guy. Claymore Rain, please do, Jay Smith. The collab is welcome. Claymore, taking into account that neither one of us is a narrative pusher. We not into the fake news. We not into the discrediting and attacking nobody character. It was only bound to happen, my brother. We've been heading in the same direction. So offline, we gotta make something happen. Armando Rosado, salute from Puerto Rico. Whoa, Puerto Rico is in the building. You already know what it is, my brother. We talking boxing over here. Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. That's it. This is the biggest fight in boxing. 2 days. 2 more days. I gave people the opportunity to change your mind. You could have been like, yo, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm going with Crawford. I'm gonna be Team Crawford. Why? Because if you change your mind, it's not gonna be as painful to absorb the the punishment that Canelo's gonna take. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, and you guys keep it real, man. When Crawford was putting them hands on Arrow, yo, we was feeling bad for Arrow. Be honest. And I predicted that Crawford was gonna win this fight. That was my prediction. I predicted Terrence Crawford was gonna win. So having said that, I still ended up feeling bad for Arrow. By round number 6, I was like, damn, B. Oh shit, Arrow out here getting beat up. Damn. When them hard punches was landing to Arrow's head, flush, back to back, poof, poof. When I saw Arrow's afro going like poof, 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 I was like, nah, man, they gotta stop this. They could have stopped it a round before. They could have stopped it earlier if they wanted to. That was a beating. That was a nasty beating, bro. Armando Rosado, if Canelo loses, Bo will be the face of boxing. I don't think so, honestly. Crawford is so hated. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. Canelo will still be the face of boxing, but Terrence Crawford's star power is going to explode. Remember when Crawford beat Arrow? He was a star over here. All of the PBC guys were bigger stars than him. Crawford was right here. And this was the PBC guys. After he beat Arrow, Crawford's star power went like this. Boom! We saw him in a bunch of TV interviews. We saw him in the Creed movie. We saw him all over the place. Everybody wanted to be a part of Crawford. They invited him to wrestling events, baseball games, football games. That's it. Terrence Crawford moved to another level of star power. Well, if he beats Canelo Alvarez, my bad, let me rephrase that. I messed up. When he beats Canelo Alvarez, his star power is going to skyrocket once again to another level. Superman, pummeling session was in order. That was a pummeling session. The problem is when they invited Arrow, they didn't let him know he was going to be the pummelee. Morgan, you will see on Saturday. Morgan, all I'm asking you is to please be here on September the 14th. You will see this cooking show that's about to go down. Because people are going to be getting cooked, fried, baked, fish filleted, microwaved, all of that. Claymore Rain. This will be Canelo Alvarez's best win on his resume if he wins hands down. This will also be Turkey legacy in boxing. He will be recognized in history for coordinating this. That's a fact. And since you bring that up, Claymore, there's something that I do want to say though. I'm a little bit disappointed about the fact that the biggest fight in boxing, none of the promoters who have been the biggest promoters in boxing for the last 10 years, who've been contributing to the sport, are involved in it. I don't like the fact that His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh pretty much entered boxing via Eddie Hearn and via other Oscar De La Hoya and via other fighters, and then decided to keep all of them out of the biggest fight in boxing and bring in Dana White to make his debut in this fight. I really don't like that. I don't have a problem with bringing in Dana, but I think that some of these promoters who have been working with you should have been involved. I didn't like that part, but business is business, and I don't know what decisions or what was the process behind that, but I don't like it. Like, damn, the biggest fight in boxing, and I don't know, none of these dudes running it. None of Turkey's just joined boxing the other day. He was just a regular fan before that. Dana White is from UFC. There's some other guy involved. I don't even know who he is. And it's like, damn, the biggest fight in boxing. No Golden Boy, no top rank, no matchroom. Damn. So I don't know. I didn't like that part of it. That Turkey decided to keep everybody out. It's like, damn, these are the people that put you on, bro. Claymore Rain. Terrence, on the other hand, will Terrence, on the other hand, will be recognized as one of the greatest fighters ever, especially in this era. Win, lose, or draw, it takes two ladies and a gentleman. These guys usher usher in a new era. I'm gonna say something, Claymore, and I've been getting some heat for this. If Terrence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez, I say right then and there, he's top 10 all time. Right then and there. I don't gotta. He could retire right there. In my opinion, he's top 10 all time. I'm gonna have to bump somebody out that top 10. He gotta get in. What say you, Claymore? He not, because they promoted BS fights when everyone wanted to make the big fights. Come on, they could. Turkey could have made those fights with those guys. He could have made those fights. Eugene Pearson, bro. But think about it. I'm happy you talking about this honestly. This fight is not even pay per view, bro. Bro, it's not even pay per view. What the fuck? That's revolutionary. They got into Netflix. That's the thing. They don't need pay. Netflix is bringing a new model to the game because they can make a lot of revenue and just put it on Netflix so every subscriber can watch the fight, and they still generate millions of dollars. That's gonna be the new model. Pay per view is gonna disappear. Eventually, you're just gonna have an app, and fights will be played on that app. We laughed at Eddie Hearn when they try to say that the zone was gonna be that. Now look, that's what's gonna happen. You don't remember when Ellerby laughed at Eddie Hearn? Like, those fighters over there, they fight on a little app. We're on Showtime. We're on Showtime boxing over here. How that work out? So apps are the way. When something new comes along, people resist. Nah, should be on TV. But look what Eddie Hearn and Matchroom have done with the zone. Now everybody's gonna be on the app. I like it. They make the fights that people want to see. Of course, I give them credit for that. I give them credit for making fights. Make the fights. I just think that the people who build, the people who's been contributing to this process, because they've both been, Eddie Hearn, whether it's Eddie, whether it's Bob, whether it is, who did I miss? Oscar, um, Warren from Queensbury, all of these guys have contributed to eventually us getting to this point, one way or another. So I think this being such a historic event, in my opinion, you should have had boxing people involved. It's a boxing event. You don't got no boxing people. I mean, no, no. Let me rephrase that. You got boxing people all over the place, all over the place. Max Kellerman, I love the fact that Max Kellerman is involved, but I'm talking about from the promoter aspect. No boxing promoter is involved, and I would have liked to see it. Claim or reign. History will also remember that as well. Turkey picked boxing. These promoters were well paid, and they want Turkey to do what he's doing. He knew the game plan was to scrap the current model, and they didn't want to scrap it. Mm. Let's see how this whole thing is going to develop. Because if you notice, it's been real quiet about Turkey's TKO boxing league. I spoke to some people that told me that they're working heavily on the recruitment. They signing young boxers and signing people. So I think it's next year that it's gonna kick off. Sometime next year. They grinded hard for it. But all I'm saying is, how is it gonna develop when Turkey finally got that league off the ground? How is it gonna work out? Because if you have your own league, remember, and I want you to think about this and tell me what you think, Claymore. That league is gonna be similar to UFC the way that they're putting it together. So if the fighters are in that league, are they still going to be able to fight within the sanctioning bodies, the WBC, IBF, WBO, etc.? Are they going to be able to do that, or are they going to only fight in that league for the Turkey belt? Claim or reign. This decision Turkey made was chess, not checkers. Those promoters ruined the sport, and Turkey represent what the fans wanted, which is not what the promoters wanted, except Eddie Hearn, in my opinion, anyway. West does it. Those old promoters would have made this fight $150. This was Dana's turn to show Turkey what he could do. Brady, what y'all talking about? Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford going down, and it's Turkey. Turkey's the guy running the show right now. He decided to involve Dana White and a few other people that were not in boxing, and they're the ones running the show. I do have to say, Claymore Rain, we got to give him credit for the way that they have promoted this from the day that it was announced. Um, I understand that they have done a good job in showing the fans the historical significance of this fight. So I'll say they have done a great job from the promotional standpoint. Amanda Rosado, if Canelo wins, are we going to have a healthy dosage? Come on, bro. What kind of question is that, bro? Come on, bro. Of course we're gonna get that dosage on Sunday. I mean, obviously, if Canelo wins, I'm not gonna be the one doing the cooking. It's gonna be some of you doing the cooking, but don't wait for it. Don't hold your breath. You ain't gonna be cooking nothing. You gonna be sitting there getting cooked. How many fights have we seen with previous promoters where mega fights happen? He's past one of the fighter's prime. We've seen it quite a few times. Brady, they want to follow the UFC model Dana created. Yeah, that's what they're aiming for. I just want to see how is it going to work out down the line. I think there could be conflict of interest. Because if I sign with them, but I can't fight for this WBC strap, as soon as my contract finishes, I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to get out of there. Because I have a feeling. You see, I'm going to tell you guys what I don't like about the UFC. Fighters don't have the freedom to do shit. That's Claymore where I think it's a double-edged sword. In UFC, fighters can't do shit. You can't go fight in another league. You can't wear a name brand to promote to make money when you fight. You gotta wear what they got. You gotta wear their sponsors. So fighters in the UFC are very limited to what they can do, to other options for them to make money and fight. Boxing is different. Look at Tank Davis. Tank Davis gonna do an exhibition with Jake Paul and make a bunch of money. If he was in the UFC, he wouldn't have been able to do that. He would have been stuck in a contract that said he can't fight outside of the organization. So I anticipate they're gonna do something like that to where when you sign with that league, you're not gonna be able to fight anywhere but in that league. So right now we're all happy, right? We're all happy with Turkey, but are we still gonna be happy when he got his own league? We gotta see how that plays out. Brady, I don't care for Dana, but he turned UFC into a mega company. The UFC is the biggest MMA, company in the world. They are the biggest. They are it. But I don't like the way some things are ran over there. I think the UFC, the fighters who are happy are either the ones who are new coming up and starting to make a little money, or the ones that are very well established and have a lot of money and make a lot of money per fight. Most people don't realize not every fighter that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions. The majority are not. So when you're in a smaller contract and making less money, you can't go fight a boxing match because your contract don't allow you to. You can't go fight in another MMA organization because your contract don't allow you to. You can't wear certain clothing when you're gonna fight to promote because your contract don't allow you to. It's tough. It's tough. What happened is also while people are tied in a contract, they don't like to talk about it because they feel like there could be retaliation. But you see all the time when people get out of MMA, they shred them apart as far as the contract goes and the way they structure it for the fighters. Claymore Rain, Dana has been hired to develop fighters and send the cream of the crop to Ring Magazine. Armando Rosado, Eugene Boots. Somebody asked me about Boots, man. My bad. I think it was Eugene asked me if Boots make a difference. I think having Boots in training camp is gonna help Canelo because Boots is one of the few fighters who can actually give him those angles like Crawford that can give him those looks, orthodox southpaw, switch in between rounds. Um, so I think that's gonna help to get those looks. Boots also got the height and reach advantage on him, which is why I heard he was lumping them up in sparring. But ultimately, that's not gonna get you to beat Crawford. It's gonna help you. It's not gonna help you win. Still getting his ass beat. But it's like I told you, my people. We're 2 days away, and that's it, man. And by the way, I was looking at the odds. If you bet money on Crawford 2, 3 months ago, you're gonna make some money. But as we get closer to fight night, that's it. The odds is not even so many people have been betting on Crawford that the odds have gotten a lot closer. So if you're gonna put your money on Crawford, do it ASAP because the odds is getting closer and closer. And the closer the fight night that you place your bet, the less money you're gonna make. West does it. Canelo said he and Boost only had one session. That ain't enough. Um, if they did in fact, because remember, just because he said it doesn't mean that it's true. Sometimes fighters say stuff because they don't want to give up, stuff that they're working on, and they feel like that their opponent is gonna find out. But if they only had one session, that's only enough to tell me that Boost really did whoop his ass. If they only had one session, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But we did only see pictures of one session. That we did see. But if they only had that one session, Boost beat him up. That's it. That would be a confirmation for me. Boost beat him up. Come on, Brady. You saw the picture. You saw the picture with Canelo face lumped and Boost right next to him smiling. What you think that meant? They sparred and now Canelo face lump and Boost is smiling. You know what that mean, right? Come on now. When you see when you see two guys sparring, pop, 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 and then when they take that picture after the sparring session, you see one of them like that, face lump, and the other one next to him. Who you think got the best of who? Eugene Pearson, Boost is good work. I can't disagree about that. Brady, he's my guy, homie. I appreciate it. I respect that. I respect that. But just know that I could separate the trash talking from what's real. I can separate. So I'm trash talking over here. Canelo's a great fighter. Superman, lump, lump. Brady, maybe my guy slipped on his way out the ring. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it was a slip. Especially the way Boots was smiling next to. Like I told you, I've seen it a lot of times. I think it would be interesting to to put together something like that. I'm gonna see if I could do it. Maybe I'll think about it. But just images of fighters who sparred and the picture they took after the sparring session. And you could see when you see a guy like they together, right? They just finished sparring. When you see one like this and the other one's like that, you know the one with the smile put the baits on the other one. He happy, he did his thing. The other one, man, like damn, man, taking a picture with this dude who just put the baits on me. Gabriel Puroy, I like boxing. No hate on any boxer, but I personally think Canelo is too much for Crawford. And I respect that, Gabriel, but all I have to say is if we look at them standing right in front of each other, I don't see what it is that you see. I think that what you see is more mental. Like mentally, you know that Crawford moved up multiple divisions, so he has to be smarter because he moved up. But when we see them, brother, when we see them go face to face, why? Look, this is them right there. This is them, bro. Look, why does Canelo look too big in that picture? Or what about Canelo suggests that he is too big in that picture? So I think it's more of a mental thing of well, he moved up 2 divisions, so he's got to be too small. But you're not taking into consideration that Canelo is a small 168 pounder. You see how right now you say I think Canelo's too big or too much for Crawford. Think about this: at the 168 division, all of the opponents that Canelo Alvarez has faced, we've never seen any one of them be smaller than him. Not even one. They've all been bigger than him. Why? Because Canelo is a small 168 pounder. He's a small 168 pounder. See, so we let that slip away in the midst of focusing on Terrence Crawford and how he's too small because he moved up two divisions. We're forgetting that he's fighting a small guy at 168. Stack Dinero saludando desde RD. Bless up. Is Berlanga the truth? I'm sorry, man. I don't think Berlanga's the truth. I'm sorry. I think Berlanga's a good fighter. I don't think he's the truth. Right now, he hasn't shown me that he's the truth. The two, the two times that he stepped up versus a big dog, he got done in. Versus Canelo, that was easy work. He looked like he was there to survive. And versus Hamza Shiraz, he got battered. Come on now. We got to be honest with what took place. Brady, this should be an amazing fight. Or it could be a short night for either guy. Um, Bro, Canelo just big. Big head, you clown. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I honestly don't believe that this could be a quick night just because both of these guys are so good. So nobody's gonna make a mistake that early where they're gonna eat a monster shot and go to sleep. I don't see that happening. My peoples, good morning to everybody. If you just woke up, if you just having breakfast, I already finished my breakfast, but enjoy yours. If you're on your way to work, my peoples, I appreciate everybody tuning in. You already know what this is, man. This is another episode of Boxing for Breakfast where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. It's 2 days away from the biggest fight in boxing. I don't got time for the haters. I don't got time for the fake narrative pushers. I don't got time for the shoulder, his shoulder, and, and steroids, and Victor Conti. I don't have time for your fake narratives, my people. We talking boxing, we talking truth out here. What's actually going on in the world of boxing? Duncan Carter is in the building. Top of the morning. Salute, my brother. Always appreciate you dropping in. Shaggy, happy Thursday, my G. Let's talk boxing. That's what we doing. Yo, listen. Today's not just Thursday. We're 2 weeks away from Bub versus Canelo. Today's Thirsty Thursday. We thirsty. Simple as that. Superman, great hype job. And yes, not a king of New York. Damn, yo. Because of Edgar Berlanga, now Hamza Shiraz is the king of New York. Look at that shit. Come on now. Superman, Jay Smith, you missed the word of the day today. 2 days in a row. Nah, I did it yesterday. Didn't I do it yesterday? I think I did. I did it yesterday. Brady, if either one pushes the pace too fast, the opening for hard punch will be there. Guess what? The only one that may push the pace too fast is Canelo. Crawford is going to be patient. He's the taller guy. It's Canelo who's going to have to close the gap to operate. You're going to see a lot of step backs. Boom! Boom! You're going to see Crawford landing those. You see the way that Canelo had to work his way in to get on Dimitri Bivol, and he was eating all types of leather. That's what I told you. You think it's an exaggeration. Canelo taste buds tasted every molecule, every vitamin and mineral in Dimitri Bivol's leather as he was trying to step on the inside. Brady, he's good at closing the gap and landing big punches. But there you go. He wasn't able to close the gap on Bivol. Whenever he closed the gap, he ate punches in bunches. And something that I could tell you right now, Bivol never stood in front of Canelo for 5 seconds straight whenever he had his back against the ropes and Canelo started throwing punches on him. So he be in the ropes, right? Bang, bang, jabbing, right hand, bang, bang. And then when Canelo finally get on the inside to let his hands fly, Bebo will go, bang, bang. He out of there. Bang, bang. Out of there. He just never stood in front of Canelo and allowed him to operate. That's the thing a lot of people don't realize. Canelo has turned into the type of fighter who needs his opponent to cooperate. Canelo need the guys that are gonna stand in front of you and tough it out. For Canelo to look spectacular, he need that guy that's gonna say, "Let's go, bam, 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 bam. Let's see who's tougher, bam, bam, bam." And he's gonna outgun you. He's gonna break you down, and it's gonna be over. Crawford's not gonna do that. Crawford's the high IQ guy who can box. West doesn't. Fat Joe put Berlanga up for adoption. I don't know, man. After he watched him get pummeled like that, I haven't seen Joey crack rocking with Berlanga like that. Like, bro, go get a win somewhere first, cause this King of New York shit you talking about, man. You condas, bro. Brady, he's good at closing the gap. Facts. Superman, like you said about the core sparring, it makes sense. Claymore Rain, Duran solidified Crawford 1 year free lease in his head. I'm a solidify. Yeah, Duran solidified Crawford 1 year free lease in his head. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I thought it was kind of odd that Booth supposedly reached out to Canelo like, yeah, I want to work with you, I want to help you. I thought that was odd. Like, what? Huh? Make of that what you will. Gabriel Puroy, bro, Buck get hit too much against Madrimov. So you're taking one fight. One fight. Canelo got hit too much against Dimitri Bivol. Canelo got hit too much against Lara. Canelo got hit too much against Cotto. Canelo got hit too much against Floyd. You talking about Buck got hit too much against the guy he beat. Canelo got hit too much by the guys that whooped his ass, bro. That's irrelevant. You gotta understand that's irrelevant because styles make fights and they're not gonna fight each other the same way that they fought those guys. Superman, you gotta get the message before that. You gotta get the. Is it a message that you put up, Superman? Okay, Superman. Bo was telling some people close to him that he has to get back to boxing. We seen him. I don't know if that's true, but we seen him training with Shakur. Don't you think that footwork is not going to be on fleek? Eugene Pearson, Canelo's performance is not going to be better than Israel's. That's the thing that they fight different. People don't understand. That's a different fight. It's a different style of boxing. Canelo stands in front of you. Israel is fainting, constantly fainting. You don't see too many fighters that have even the conditioning to faint for 12 rounds. A fighter like that is very hard to time. Superman, yes, sir. You got it right. Look, just think about this. Terence Crawford fought an Israel Madrimov that most people didn't know. Most of us had never even seen him. You capping if you I've been following him, I know him. That's cap. This dude was fighting in small venues, televised in small TV stations in Europe that none of us even got access to. We ain't seen Madrimov. So Crawford had very little footage on him. But Virgil Ortiz had the benefit of 12 rounds of Madrimov's last fight. He had tape to study all that feigning that we saw with Crawford. You're not gonna catch Virgil off guard. Now he knows you do that. All the little things that we saw. Now Virgil got to actually study tape for that. Yet he still went 12 rounds for Virgil. You think the average Joe, a regular schmegular, he's gonna go the distance for Virgil for real? Because I tell you, the average Joes, I tell you what Virgil do to average Joes. We've seen him. We know what he do to those. He went the distance with Madrimov. Why you think is that? Because the guy can fight. That's why the guy can fight. But people prefer to diminish him than to give credit to Terence Crawford and say, yeah, it's true. Terence Crawford is a GOAT. They prefer to diminish his opponents. Superman, you've been saying this the whole time. Bud is going to box with Nello. I'm trying to tell people he's gonna box him, and he's gonna box him similar to how he did Arrow. It ain't gonna be no running. It ain't gonna be no surviving. It's gonna be I'm putting all type of hands on you, and I'm using this footwork, and I'm giving you the angles, and I'm making you struggle. I'm making you pay for getting on the inside, and it's gonna turn into a chess match. People thinking that Canelo's just gonna walk him down and beat him up. Oscar De La Hoya said that Canelo's gonna run him out of the ring. I need to holler at Oscar De La Hoya after this fight. Juan Torres, I think you're gonna really be surprised because we could tell you're a Crawford fan, which is cool. Juan Torres, look what you're saying. We could tell that you're a Crawford fan. You gotta speak for yourself, my guy, because now I could tell that you're a Crawford hater. When you say we, I can already tell you're a Crawford hater. So ever since Crawford pummeled Errol Spence, you hate him even more. So when I call the facts, right? When I say this guy's undisputed, this guy's making history, you say, well, you're a fan of Terrence Crawford by merely stating the facts. Now, I could tell you why I'm stating the facts and why he has millions of fans. Because he's a great fighter. Come on now. Come on now. You don't have to be mad just because he pummeled Arrow. You can let that go. That was 2 years ago. Out maker, Jay Smith. Have you noticed Bud hasn't had that hungry, intense look in his eyes since the Spence fight? No, man, I think I seen it. I think I already seen it. Did you see the first pressure when they went face to face? Did you see him walk down Canelo all in his face? And Canelo gets sensitive and push. Get off of me. In Canelo face, bro. I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you look at every time they faced each other off, you never seen Canelo be so respectful towards his opponent. Crawford being his face. Mean mugging him. Yo, Crawford is just a mean dude, babe. He just a mean dude and people don't want to accept it. This a mean guy, bro. You don't see how he get up in Canelo? It's a different energy. But those who just don't see it, wait 2 days away. 2 days away. Side, that's something that butt haters always say. May Squad, Gang Lay, Team Crawford, Agent 17. Man, Oscar De La Hoya is a weirdo. You see his prediction video and how much he does and how much he does. He needs to get off special media and stay retired. Great Mexican fighter, not a ya patron. Look, man, Oscar De La Hoya, I thought that his prediction was crazy. Especially, he don't like Canelo. He doesn't like Canelo Alvarez. So he's predicting that Canelo's just gonna run Crawford out of the ring. Like it's gonna be an easy and a brutal beating. Like, damn, bro, like that? Shit. Agent 17, anything Oscar says is immediately thrown out the window when it comes to credibility. I mean, I don't know. I think he was. It's like, damn, are you trolling? Do you really believe? Do you just want to say something and make people react? Because Oscar De La Hoya is a great fighter. He is a great fighter. An all-time great fighter. I have a hard time believing that he actually believed Terrence Crawford is going to get washed. I just have a hard time believing it. I know there's a difference in size, cool. But him thinking he's just going to get washed, I don't know, man. Eugene Pearson, and I think Terrence is going to get it done with the body shot, bro. I would say it has to be one of those either body or head shots that you don't see coming. He got to catch Canelo with something like that. Because Canelo is very good at taking a shot. So for you to really hurt him, you can't see it coming. You got to be one of those. Antoine Ward, howdy. What does Canelo have to do to shut down Bud's offense? There ain't nothing he can do. And I'm going to tell you why there ain't nothing he can do. Terrence Crawford having the height and reach advantage. I mean, if Canelo's going to use the footwork and turn into William Skull for the next fight, then he can minimize what Crawford is gonna do. Because if you don't engage him, he can't counterpunch you. But Canelo's not gonna turn into no William Score. He doesn't have the footwork to do that. Brady, Canelo is a mean man himself. That's the thing. When you put a bunch of mean men together, then one is gonna emerge as the meanest one, and that's Crawford. That's Crawford. I'll put it to you like this. Let's put it in basketball terms. When the Dream Team got together, the first Dream Team, Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, all of them, right? When the Dream Team got together, Larry Bird, they said it, that when they got together for practice, on day one, it was established that Michael Jordan was the man. They want to practice. Get off of me. Dunking in your face. Get off of me. And day one of practice, amongst the greats, Michael Jordan showed them that he's the greatest amongst them. That doesn't diminish anybody else. They're still greats, but Michael Jordan was the greatest. Terrence Crawford is the same thing we're seeing right now. We don't have to diminish Canelo. He's a great fighter. You're going to see in 2 days. Claymore Rain. Jaron might have ruined Canelo's psychology. I believe so. And you know what, Claymore? If you remember, I posted about it and I spoke about it when that picture came out. I said, yo, Canelo got lumped up. That's what that image tells me. And Claymore Rain, we seen a lot of post sparring session images where one guy's like that with an eye like this, and the one next to him is like this. And we know what that means, bro. We know who got the best of who when those pictures show up. Somebody over there mad as hell, eye swelled up, and the other guy next to him talk about, you know what happened in that sparring session. You know somebody ate some nasty leather. Just do boxing. What's good, Jay? My brother. Man, appreciate you dropping in. Side. Them booing Crawford only motivates him more. Come on. You don't remember when he was gonna fight Arrow? He was gonna fight Arrow. That shit was in Dallas. People was on. Wait a minute, was it in Dallas? Was that in Cowboy Stadium? I know that the crowd was on Arrow's side. That doesn't matter. When you're a great fighter, that becomes incoherent. It's me and you gonna step in the ring. The crowd don't mean nothing. Side, great amongst greats. The other video saying Duran couldn't do anything with Canelo. Nah, man. The picture tells me Duran did a lot to Canelo. And Canelo couldn't do nothing to him. That's at least what the picture tells me. Agent 17. They're slowly but surely showing more of the sparring. We have snippets, but nothing good right now. I want to see, man. I'd like to see the whole sparring session. I don't think we're never gonna see it, man. I think Boo's really did put hands on him, and that sparring session is not gonna come out. Claymore Rain. Madrimov had pneumonia. His condition was compromised. Who won the first 3-4 rounds? Virgil may get exposed by Lubin. I'm not sure. He ready to deal what with that high with a high level boxer. So I'm gonna say this, Claymore. Okay, give me a hug. I love you. Going on. Going on. I told people, Lubin is a guy who can fight. Lubin is a guy not to be slept on. Because you know how it is, Claymore. As soon as a guy takes a loss or two, he's a bum. He's a hype job. He's a nobody. Lubin is a guy who can fight. So you got to take him real serious. Antoine Ward, what is Canelo's best punch and how does it land? How does he land it on Crawford? I would say Canelo's best punch is either the left hook to the body or the overhand right hand. How does he land it? He got to close the gap. You got to be able to close the gap. He got to set him up. I would say for him to land that finishing left hook to the body, he's got to invest at least 4 or 5 rounds to finally set that punch up and land it. And then that looping right hand on top is going to be almost impossible for him to land that one because he's at such a height, disadvantage, at a reach disadvantage. It's going to be hard. I think his best bet is the left to the body. Sorry, Canelo's best punch is the left hook, but his right hand is good too. Yeah, that right hand up top is money. But you're not going to catch Crawford with that one. The finishing one, the flush one, nah, you ain't going to get that. Side, he'll need to use the jab if he wants to set it up. That's the problem, man. Imagine using a jab effectively, not just pulling at the air, but imagine using a jab effectively against a guy who has a monster reach advantage on you, who will be utilizing that jab. I can promise you right now, my peoples, you could take this shit to the bank to get some pounds. Canelo has no chance whatsoever out jabbing Crawford. He's not going to out jab him. No chance. Just like he did not out jab Dimitri Bivol. Now follow me here, my peoples. Some of you are boxers, trainers, coaches in this chat right now. Terence Crawford's gonna keep that jab out there consistently. I promise you this. That jab is gonna be in Canelo's face. The real question is gonna turn into how the hell is Canelo gonna get inside that reach advantage? When you see the first round, the second round, the third round, you're gonna start to wondering what adjustment is he going to make to get on the inside on Terence Crawford, who'll keep putting them hands on his face. Pop, 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 pop. That step back is gonna be there all day to land in Canelo's head, in Canelo's mouth, in Canelo's jaw, in Canelo tempo. That step back. When you taller like Crawford is, and you have a longer reach, and he's the one that gotta find his way on the inside to get you, and you got that footwork, get ready for that step back. Boom! Get ready for that side step. Boom! Boom! You're gonna see all of it. It's gonna be spectacular. The kind of things that Terence Crawford is gonna do in 2 days. That's all I'm telling you. So my peoples, before I get the hell out of here, I want to let you know I appreciate you guys tuning in every morning, boxing for breakfast. Yo, y'all don't know what I got coming, but I got special things going on for you guys. I promise you. Stay tuned, keep supporting me, and I'm gonna deliver for you guys. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Before I get the hell out of here, let me give you the words of the day, man. Let me give you the Jake Stradamus words of the day. And it's about the glass being half full and the glass being half empty. You're going to find a lot of people in your life. It could be at work, it could be in your block, it could be around where you live, it could be anywhere, that always see the glass half full. And then you're going to find people who see the glass half full. While they see it half empty, they're looking at the glass like, damn, this is half empty. This is only one zip. You're going to find people that see the glass half full. I say, damn, I'm lucky. At least I got a zip. Te quiero mucho, mi amor. You're going to find people that say, damn, at least I got half a glass. That's a zip. Bye. Surround yourself with the people who find the glass half full. Be appreciative of the people who find the glass half full. The people who always have a negative point of view on everything and think the glass is half empty, those are the haters. Papa. Those are the ones trying to knock everybody. Papa, show me video. Okay, wait for me in the living room. I'm gonna go right now. So, surround yourself with positive energy, and positive energy will come your way. I'm gonna get you some water right now. Let me get you the water. My son wanna holler at me, my peoples. So before I get out of here, I just wanna tell you, my peoples, be positive and surround yourself with positive people, and positive things will happen for you. If you're negative and you're a hater and you surround yourself with haters, then negative hater shit is gonna happen to you. So my peoples, before I get out of here, once again, I want to say one love to everybody who tuned in. Boxing for breakfast would not be what it is if it wasn't for you guys coming through with your opinions. So, hold on one second. So, before I get out of here, as always, I want to give a shout out to those of you who've been supporting me. Shout out to Black Jericho, Jason Williams, Al Berger, Antoine Ward, Agent 17. Um, Sai has been in the building. Superman, salute my brother. Just do boxing. Salute. Claymore Rain, been in the building, been showing love. I appreciate you. By the way, my peoples, Claymore Rain, that's a real boxing hand talking real boxing. Go subscribe to Claymore Rain's channel. He talking that real boxing. Shout out to my brother Blue Blood Sports TV. Always been showing love. If you not subscribed to Blue Blood Sports TV, he's the plug. Go check in, man. Go subscribe to Blue Blood Sports TV. And of course, I'm cooking something special for you guys. This is something big. We're gonna break the internet. Break the internet is not even an exaggeration. That might be an understatement. So shout out to Miles. Yeah. Shout out to Taiwan. Yeah. Y'all know what we cooking. I see you guys later. My peoples, salute to everybody. One love, man. I gotta get the hell out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Peace.